folks. I thought I'm going to record myself tonight recording and my practice routine for learning a new chord. Justin Guitar goes over this pretty well, but I haven't seen many beginners actually record themselves doing it. So I thought it'd be interesting. So what chords I just played there before we started was just E, C, G, D from the Zombie, the beginner version of Zombie by Cranberry. So you get it. I was over at my brother's house the other night, and he was showing me a version of the Sleeping Sickness by City and Colour. It was a similar chord progression, E, C, G, and D, but the C and the G chord were a little different. The G chord was the 4-finger version of G, which we can do. So the 4-finger version of G is simple. You play it all the time. 2 fingers on the bottom. That's the straightforward version of G. The C version was what threw me off. Played a C chord all day. Transition between C and G. No problem. So there's no problem with the C, the 4-finger version of the G. You can do that. The problem comes in when he wanted me to play C with the G and the bass. So that, see, even right now I can't do it. Not easily. So typical C chord. With the G and the bass, ring finger goes up, pinky goes down. It's a very simple chord. Justin Guitar plays it all the time. I'll let you see a lot of the time in his videos. But I never ever practice it. So when my brother wanted me to play that simple C chord, but he wanted me to play it with the other voicing, I couldn't do it. So that was an immediate sign that I need to practice that. If there's a song comes up with that voicing in it, that we want to get a particular sound, we want to learn that chord. So I thought, right, for now, I'm going to drill that chord. So one of the first books I bought when I started learning guitar was the first 100 chords for guitar. The best part of this book is chapter 12. Chapter 12 has a pretty rigorous practice routine for learning new chords. And all you need to know is at least one chord, which if you know E minor, which is a very simple chord, probably one of the first ones you learn, then you can use that to transition between other chords. There's a 13-step process to learn new chords. I won't go through the whole thing. All I want to focus on is the drilling aspect of it, is using the metronome. So before we start, play the transition from E minor to the C with the G and the bass. There's an anchor finger, as Justin would call it. Your second finger stays down. And then you can move first finger down and then 2 fingers up. So it's a simple transition if you practice it, which I have not. So I'm going to use the metronome to start. So first you get the feel for it. And now we're at a point where we can start drilling it. So what I follow along is 60 beats a minute on the metronome. 1 change every 4 clicks. So let's give that a shot. So I got that pretty consistent at 60, no mistakes. So now you can start ramping it up. So 60, so that's about a quarter speed. So that's 15 changes a minute. So we slowly ramped it up. So let's go to 80. Change it to 80. Once every 4 clicks. So that'll be 20 changes a minute, which is about a third speed. So use a chord in a song, you want it to be able to change it 60 times a second if you're following along with Justin Guitar. So we'll try it at 80. So it's still pretty clean. So I'm going to bump it up again. Let's go to 90. Let's go to 100. So there'll be 25 changes a minute. Let's see if I can keep up with this one. So that one's pretty good. I missed a couple of strums there, but no mistakes. So let's go to 120. Go to 120, which is 120 every 4 clicks is 30 changes a minute, so it's about half speed. See if I can keep up with this one. So that's not too bad. So that's half speed, I'm okay. So now we're going to bump it back down to 60 beats a minute, but we're going to change every 2 clicks. So at 2 clicks, it should be the same as what we just did. Every 2 clicks at 60 is the same as 4 at 120. going 1 2 1 2 and changing every time. So no problems there. So let's keep it up again. Now that we're at every 2 clicks, we want to probably go a little bit slower on increasing the tempo. So in this one, I'll probably just go to 70. So 70 at 2, that's 35 changes a second. So it's just a small increment. So 70 seems fine. I'll keep doing that until as long as it's sounding clean. Let's go to 80. So 80 at every 2 clicks. That's at 40. About two-thirds speed where I need it to be. So 80 is not too bad. It's starting to get a bit faster for me. So let's do 90. It's 45 changes a minute. That's not too bad. My hand is starting to get a bit tired. You don't do this for this long. You can take breaks in between, but you get the point. Let's do 100. 100 is alright. Let's try 110. See if we can find a breaking point. .110 is okay. We can probably go to 120. Let's just see if I can get to 120. So 120 every 2 clicks, which is about 60 changes a minute, once a second, which is, for playing in a song, is about where you want it to be, to start it at least. So that was a bit fast for me. I can keep up barely. So it's not really comfortable yet. So you can keep drilling that every day to learn a new chord. And that's a practice routine to learn any new chord, as long as you know at least one other chord. So I assume by now you do. And then if you want to get faster, then we bump it back down to 60 and do it once every click. And you can go to 120 if you're really adventurous. So that, and then if you can get to 120, you can bump back to 60 and do it twice every 1 click, and then keep going 3 times, 4 times if you want to get super fast. But for most basic strumming, 60 changes a minute is more than enough. So that's the process I go through to learn chords if I really want to drill it and get it up to speed. So that's what goes on in between while we're learning new songs that really not many people publish other than me. Or we can just do the Cranberries again. So that's it. See you next time.